So this past week was nothing short of exciting and eventful events for the crypto markets, leading up to what seems to be the most bullish month for crypto by far. From new NFT collections giving away another massive airdrop to the largest DeFi crypto hack that happened in history, we also had new altcoins preparing to set more record all-time highs. So in this video, we'll be covering some of the most important headlines that you need to know about right now so you can be prepared for what's coming up next. If you guys have been getting excited just as much as I have, don't forget to drop a like down below, and let's get started with today's update. So to begin, the global crypto market cap is up about 2.42%. It's at $2.14 trillion, a little bit more volume, but not a huge difference over the last 24 hours, sitting at $128 billion. So yesterday was a bit rough for crypto, but it played out exactly as how we had mentioned. Bitcoin was going to pull down just because we saw so much of it getting overbought. And once it did take that tumble, we saw a strong support level sitting at around $44,500 before quickly bouncing up, and today being more of a green day. Going into the one-day charts, this type of price volatility is showing us good support levels, something that we need held in order for us to continue moving up higher to the upside. Now, with a bit more red in the market, if we take a look at the crypto fear and greed index, you'll notice that we are now still sitting at the neutral level, or a 50 on that scale. Taking a look even at Ethereum, you're going to notice in the last 7 days, it had very similar price action to what Bitcoin was doing, but you'll notice that it also had a bit of a higher upside, up about 4.92% today, or Ethereum sitting at $3,400 compared to Bitcoin, which is only up about 1% right now. On top of that, Ethereum is up about 11% in the last 7 days, and you'll notice that many other altcoins are still following very strong rallies on a day like this. A big winner that I do want to take note of is going to be Solana. Solana has been rallying because of one piece of news that we will also be covering in today's market update a little bit further on in this video. Scrolling down, you'll notice a lot of those Ethereum killers, Terra Luna, AVAX, also doing fairly well in the last 7 days and still up in the green. Now, the biggest winners, even for today, is going to be Aave, which is still up about 19%, rolling through and sitting at $250. On top of that, we had another crypto, GMT, in the last 7 days having an insane rally, up about 285% as well. Going into the best winners, though, for this week, we cannot ignore ZIL. They still have their event coming up tomorrow where they're going to be unveiling some additional news about their plans in the metaverse. It's always fascinating for us to be able to see these type of growths happening within the crypto market, and this is exactly a testament to why you should be paying attention and making sure that you're doing your own research in case we do get more higher upside. Now, based on a lot of the news that we are getting, which we're going to cover, I do think we are going to still see an amazing rally this year. It may turn out to happen a lot quicker, and it looks like April is setting up to be an amazing month for crypto. Just taking a look into ZIL, look at the growth that we've seen, and if you guys are getting a little bit of FOMO from this, I really wouldn't, just because we're going to see this opportunity happen over and over again within crypto. So based on multiple reports, right now with ZIL, we are getting word that we may have a sell-off coming up ahead indeed. This is evident from the data on the RSI charts that we're seeing that it could possibly be overbought at the moment. Like always, whenever we see cryptocurrencies rallying hard, make sure that you do not get overly greedy. And if you do have positions on this and you're up a significant amount, make sure you follow the rule of thumb and to make sure that you do take profits. So right underneath ZIL, we have GMT, which is up about a similar price range to what ZIL has done in the last 7 days, which is 281%. I know we haven't covered it here, and I've been getting a lot of people asking what this crypto is within our Discord. So just briefly, let me explain it here. So GMT is the governance token of STEPN, a fitness app that allows users to access in-game features such as mint virtual sneakers, upgrade gems, and participate in governance voting. Now, although STEPN is still in its public beta, it's already amassed over 100,000 downloads on the Google Play Store, and it also has over 139,000 followers on Twitter. Now, if you guys do remember me talking about Solana a little earlier on, this crypto is also built off of their network. Similar to a well-known game that we've discussed plenty of times on this channel, which is going to be Axie Infinity, which is that play-to-earn model, so you can play a game while earning money. STEPN is very similar to the tokenomics of that, where instead of playing to earn, you can step to earn in a way and still make money by doing real life activities. Now, another reason for the pump of this crypto is because they actually came out with a little bit of a hidden teaser on their Twitter. And if you take a look on Reddit, you'll notice that the Nike, Adidas, and ASICS head logo was shown. So you see Nike right here, ASICS, and even Adidas, which hints at a rumor that a possible partnership with them could be underway. It's always fascinating to see cryptocurrencies like this lifting off right beneath our eyes, and this actually happened just a few days back. So even with growth that we're seeing right now, I would be very careful about entering, but if this has gotten your attention, you have done your research, it never hurts to follow up on a ride going up. Movements like this is playing into the story on why I believe April is going to be such a tremendous month. And just like the previous bull runs we saw with Bitcoin hitting all-time highs, it was a lot of these other tokens that always had this type of steam. Imagine in a week, you're able to make 280% back on your investment, or even 311%. We're seeing this happening through and throughout crypto. So make sure that you guys are actively paying attention in the markets today. Going into the DeFi llama of the total value locked amongst other protocols, you'll notice that the number for this has been going up, and it looks like we might be approaching new all-time highs, which is also the additional signal for a very bullish market. Taking a look at Bitcoin's moving averages, which is always going to be a strong indicator that we use to make sure that we are still headed on a right path. It is right now down on the 5-day moving average, but most importantly on the 200-day, it is actually still currently above it, just a small amount at the time of filming this video. Taking a look at the 20-day and 50-day moving averages, you're going to notice that there is still a higher percent change, which is good for the overall market. Now, before we continue with some of this headlines and news in this video, did want to give a big shout out to FTX, our channel sponsor for today. So with cryptocurrency starting to finally pick back up, you want to make sure that you're getting some of the best rates within the markets, and FTX.us is here to help. They are still one of the largest crypto exchanges in the world, and with FTX, you can trade crypto with up to 85% lower fees than their top competitors. There are no fixed minimum fees, no ACH transaction fees, and you can set up reoccurring buys directly within the app. If you guys are interested in checking out FTX, they've made it easy for you to sign up. Check out the link down below in the description and use code JUNG so you can start earning free crypto on every trade over $10 as well. So going back into the headlines, if you guys did watch our last upload, you know that we made some discussions and talks about the popular play to earn game Axie Infinity. Now there was a follow-up on that, and Sky Mavis, one of the companies in charge, pledged to reimburse players of the following Axie Infinity hack, saying that they may even raise a round to get their funds delivered to their players. Now, I've also been using the Ronin exchange, and I also have some Axie Infinity staked up, and I was using the bridge just a few days before this hack was mentioned to the public. I did mention this in our last upload. I did dodge a bullet, but my crypto is still in there. I'm still confident that they are going to be able to make a good progression out of this, and even though it is considered bad news, I think anytime we see hacks and we get companies working more progressively and being able to close a lot of these loops and fix up their codes just so this doesn't happen again, it can be seen as a good overall positive benefit, even amidst the short-term downside. In addition to that, we also got some news that the country Rio de Janeiro is going to accept Bitcoin for real estate taxes in 2023. This conversation was first started over here on Twitter, coming from a tweet with CZ, the owner of Binance, talking about how 9 days ago he made a handshake deal with the mayor, Edward Pace, and the Rio de Janeiro will accept crypto for his tax payments. You can also see in this photo right here just the key that they're holding up, and this is obviously signs of good global mass adoption, implementing use case into different transactions, such as being able to pay your taxes. Going into institutions, we have been getting good word that this week MicroStrategy was going to purchase some additional Bitcoin after closing a $205 million crypto collateralized loan. This collateralized loan is coming through Silvergate, and it looks like Luna is now having some competition. If you guys have not heard, Luna Foundation, or Luna, the other cryptocurrency that has been doing fairly well in this market, is also planning to buy up an additional $2,943 worth of Bitcoin, equaling about $139 million. In this article, they state with today's purchases, Terra has inched closer to toppling Tesla as the second largest Bitcoin holder. Taking a look at Bitcoin treasuries, seeing the list of companies that have the most amount of Bitcoins, we can obviously still see that MicroStrategy is currently in the lead with 125,000 Bitcoin, where Tesla is coming in second at 43,000. About a few weeks back, Do Kwon also made a tweet that with US Terra with $10 billion in Bitcoin reserves will open a new monetary era of the Bitcoin standard. P2P electronic cash that is easier to spend and more attractive to hold. So obviously here, Luna is still going ham with their purchasing of Bitcoin. I don't see them slowing down anytime soon, and this is going to continue to bull and fuel the next run that we may have in the market. In addition to that, we also got some news that investment bank Citi is also very bullish on the metaverse and is predicting a $13 trillion economy. This isn't the first time we saw this. We also had reports from JP Morgan Chase coming out with their own investment report earlier as well. With Citi, they started out with this tweet stating, "We believe the metaverse may be the next generation of the internet, combining the physical and digital world in a persistent and immersive manner, and not purely a virtual reality world." It's always so fascinating to me hearing the banks talk about, even with what's coming next, which is the metaverse. Banks were really bearish, and they were so against anything crypto related not too long ago. With this type of information coming out, I do think it'd be wise for you to make sure that you are also doing what the banks are preparing to do. I know they have the research, the team, and people who are just built to make sure that they know what's coming next. The next piece of news that I wanted to talk about was the OpenSea collaboration with Solana. Right now during the season, Solana surprisingly is number 6 within the global crypto marketplace. Comparing them to other cryptocurrencies, I mean, they flipped Cardano, they flipped XRP. With this type of movement and volume going into the overall price of this crypto, I do expect to see this train continuing to steam. Pulling this to the all-time charts, you'll notice that we are still nowhere near the previous all-time highs where Solana was at $258. Right now, we are seeing more and more adoption, more people using this network, and with the OpenSea collaboration as well, I do think Solana may have an amazing year as well. This tweet here is going to give us an indicator of what it's going to look like with the Phantom wallet that is often used with Solana and how it will feel when you are trying to use it for the OpenSea collaboration. Now, whether you do have bags in Solana already or you're preparing to enter them, if you guys do want to find another way to ride that train, I do think Solana NFTs are going to have another big explosion and run up. Currently, in order to enter any type of Solana NFTs, you can use exchanges like FTX, or what I did before was use Magic Eden. I've made a fair chunk of change back on my NFT collection. I went ahead and posted these alerts every time I've made these trades within our Discord connected through our Patreon, link down below in the description. And right now, I do think because Ethereum is so high up in price, even with the Azukis right now, which they are making people tremendous amounts of money, and they recently flipped the Mutant Ape Yacht Club. I do think if you don't have that much capital, you're not spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on NFTs. These other projects and protocols, such as the Cardano NFTs or even the Solana NFTs, which you can find right here, is still going to be a completely viable trade for you to 2x, 3x, or 4x your investment this year. I know NFTs can be intimidating to such, but once you get past that learning curve, it gets really fun. And when you start seeing that money going up and your bag continuing to grow, that is when you get bit by that NFT bug, and that is when the overall space continues to grow. One last piece of news I did want to cover in today's update was going to be the fact that MetaMask is having an Apple Pay integration alongside some other iOS updates. Now, in order to use MetaMask, which is essential if you're trying to buy any type of NFTs on OpenSea or have access to any other DeFi projects, you would initially have to buy your crypto on an exchange, then send that over to MetaMask, pay those gas fees, and it has been a headache. So back just about a few weeks ago when I decided to pull the trigger on this ape right here, it actually took me a few days in order to make this trade. It's just because it was so expensive and all my money that was locked on exchanges, they were limiting how much I could actually withdraw. If I was able to buy using an Apple iOS device or Apple Pay, or if MetaMask was easier or more accessible for me to directly just insert my funds there, I know even with that, I would have been able to make a lot more money from the ape tokens coming out and being able to maximize on this drop. Now, at the same time, this ape that I recently purchased, it has been one of my most profitable trades so far. I remember I bought it for about 280 to 290,000 USD. And right now with the price of Ethereum and currently at the floor price of these apes, it is up way more than that. Aside from the apes, which I know is really ridiculously stupid, like I just cannot believe that they are still trading at a price like that. Even as another example, the Imposters Genesis Aliens, they went up and doubled in floor price. So I made an alert within our Discord as well, buying this at about 1 ETH. And right now with ETH even going up and this currently being at a 2.15 floor price, I already went ahead and doubled my money as well. These are all just small examples of you being able to find those opportunities within the crypto market, and even within NFTs, I think the play is still going to keep showing up. Now, like always, I do want to mention, do your own research. There are going to be so many exciting moments coming up in April, but it's all about being patient. It's all about not FOMOing in, but doing proper research before you start aping in. It took me a while to even get to the point where I'm at right now, even as an investor. And I know slip ups are going to happen. Sometimes you may even lose some of your Ethereum because you added the wrong character or letter to your MetaMask. And, just things like this happen on a day-to-day basis. Anytime you may get FOMO or you tell yourself, man, I knew I should have bought in, or you did make the wrong trade, just use that as a learning lesson and don't beat yourself up. Now, like the usual, if you guys did enjoy today's update, don't forget to comment down below the secret phrase word, which is going to be fluffy. Comment that down below if you guys are watching this. Happy 1st of April. I know we got taxes coming up soon, so it may not even be the most best week for people. But when it comes to the crypto markets, things are looking a little juicy as well. And I love when things look juicy. I really do. In the meantime, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Follow me over on Instagram and Twitter if you guys have not done so already. Watch out for scammers. There are people impersonating me every single day. The odds of me reaching out to you and DMing you about making some type of crazy Bitcoin trade or like signing up for a random website, that is not going to happen. Anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all watching this. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.